Hey guys, Mike here at MS Tutorials, and welcome back to a new video. All right, well, we're going to do a subscriber request today, and I received a question to demonstrate how to model a low poly book for a game situation. Okay, so we're going to start in our modeling menu with a simple polygon cube. We're going to hit R, and we're going to start to stretch that out until we have the rough outline of a book. And what size is up to you, obviously. So let's say that's our rough outline, okay? Now, we need to create a low poly book. Now, the first question is, okay, so what is low poly? Well, low poly is the poly count or the face count, okay? So right now I got 6 faces, and the higher the face count or poly count of your model, the more impact it's going to have on your render capabilities and so forth. So depending on the polygon budget that you get when you are modeling an object, that can be, 1500, 10,000, or maybe even 500, whatever, okay? So we're going to do this in a few phases. I'm going to start with the absolute basics, and then we'll take it up a notch, and then we'll take it up a notch again, okay? So this is our basic shape. I'm going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edit Tool, Option Box. We'll do 2 in the multiple. I'll just close this out and we'll add them right there. And then I'll hit R and I'll pull them out until we have something that looks like a cover of our book, okay? Then we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edit Tool once again. We'll select a single and we'll add that at the end here, like so. Hit Q on our keyboard, right click face, select that one, and that one, and go to Edit Mesh and Extrude. And we're going to tweak the thickness to minus 0.2. Okay. Now, this is the absolute most basic shape you can get for a book. And you can see up here, our face count is 30. So a very, very low poly count. Okay. It's a bit too low poly for my taste. So if you want to use it like this, fine. But we're going to take it up a notch. Okay. So once again, we're going to go back to Mesh Tools, Insert Edit Tool, Option Box, Multiple, and we'll do 5. And I'm going to add them right there. We're going to close that out. We're going to switch to our side view. We're going to zoom in. And I'm going to right click, go to Vertex, and we're going to drag select these vertices. Hit W. And we're just going to start to slightly bring them in. Skip 1 from the top and the bottom. Bring it in some more and do that one more time until we have that, okay? Then we're going to go to our book end here. We're going to drag click these, bring that out, skip 1, and skip, and skip. There you go. All right. This already looks a little bit more like a low poly book. And right now we got a face count of 70. So it's still a very low poly. Okay. Now we're going to add a little bit more detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, once again, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Multiple, and we'll do 3. And I'll add them like so. I'm going to hit R to kind of pull them apart. And with these selected, I'm going to go to, actually, I'm not going to do the entire thing. I'm just going to right click, go to Edge, and I'm going to just select the edge at the end here. Okay. And we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. All right. And then we're going to right click, go to Face, and we're going to select these end faces. Okay. Actually, let's go back a few steps, guys, and I'll tell you why. You see this triangle here? That's never good. Okay, you don't want triangles. So we're going to go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z to go back. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the entire edge row here like so. And we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. Now, that will add a little bit of face count, not too much, and it's going to avoid problems, okay? So now we're going to right click at a face. We're going to select just these end faces, and we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Extrude. And let's do 0.15. That's way too much, obviously. 0.05. That's already a lot better. Okay. Now, this is the book I'm going to go with. I think this is not too bad. It has a face count of 256, so that's pretty low poly, and I think it looks okay. All right, so let's get started by UVing and texturing this guy, okay? So we're going to go up to UV, and we're going to do automatic projection, and then we're going to go up to UV and UV editor, and let's see what we got, okay? I'm just going to go to, hang on, image and shade UV so we can see it a bit better. Okay, and we'll move this over so we can kind of see what's going on. And I want to start with my pages here. So you can see that these are those pages over there. So we're going to right click, go to shell, and we're going to take that, and we're going to hit W, and I'm going to move that over here. Now, when I right click and go to edge, and I select this one, you can see that these are the pages moving over there, okay? So I'm going to select these edges, and go to move and sew, and it is now moved over, so we'll just see where it's at. It seems to be over here. That's the one. Gonna move it back over here again, and we're gonna rotate this guy, and now we're gonna connect to right click edge, the edge on top right there. Okay, so we're gonna select that, and we're gonna go to move and sew, and right now if we right click and go to shell, this is the complete page section, if you will. Okay, cool. So let's move that out of the way. Excuse me. Now let's start with our cover. So this is the top cover, as you can see. So I'm going to right click on a shell, take this, and I'm going to start to connect that with the rest. So I'm going to right click on the edge, and that's the edge that I want to go with. So I need to zoom in a little bit, and actually we'll just drag select these edges like so, with the exception of the ones on the side there, and go to move and sew. And we do have a little issue there, so Control Z. That is because of these sides. So we're going to deselect these. Make sure that one's selected, and deselect these. And we're going to go to move and sew. Okay, much better. All right, right click shell. So that's what we got. We need to get the bottom part connected. So we're going to right click at an edge, and that is right there. Yeah. So let's do pretty much the same thing. Select this, this. Okay. And go to move and sew. Excuse me. Right click shell. So we now have the top, bottom, and side of our book. And now let's see if we can connect the rest. So we're going to take this guy. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to right click at the edge. And I'm just trying to figure out what's what. Right click edge. Okay, that's the one down there. So we're going to go to move and sew. Right click shell. Let's see what we got. Okay. And right click edge. We're going to take this guy, move and so, right click shell. Okay, and now we're going to need to find our front here. That's over there. So we're going to take this, 1, 2. Actually, let's drag select it and then deselect this. Move and so. Let's see what else we got here. Right click shell. Okay. So if I right click and go to edge and take that, that's going on the inside there. Let's give that a try. I'm not sure I want that. Just having a look to see how far this is covering everything nicely. Okay, and we're going to need to cut some seams as well. So this guy, that's what I want. So right click edge, that's going to move up there. So we're going to take these two, move and so. Let's see what this is. Probably the inside corner, I think. Yeah, that's over there. So right click, go to edge. We're going to take that edge. Okay, so that's moving so, and we'll have the same at this end. Moving so, and then we got these guys. And what I'll do is I'll select this, move and so, and there's a little bit of overlap there, move and so we don't want that. So it looks like I'm going to need to cut some seams here, and they're mainly going to be on the corners here. So right click edge, this one, and we're going to go to polygons, and we're going to cut UV edges, and then we're going to right click, go to shell. All right, that gives us a much cleaner look. And now we're going to take this guy. This is now a separate mesh, which is good, and so forth. All right, so now we're going to right click, go to edge. We're going to take that. We're going to go to move and so. And let's see if this is a separate. Yeah, it is. Yeah, all right. Right click edge, move and so, move and so, move and so, and move and so. All right. And then let's see what do we got here. Right click shell. Is it 4 wireframe mode? Okay. So these are the side curves of our book, okay? So let's see where they fit in. We're gonna look at these guys here. Okay. Right click shell. We're gonna right click at edge, take that edge, Let's see. No, we don't want that. Okay. So I'm going to leave those separate. Okay. So I'm going to drag select everything. I'm going to go to polygons. I'm going to go to layout. So everything is now positioned correctly. And then we are going to go in, 5 for shade mode. And let's right click on a face. Let's see. What I'll actually do is I'll start with my book, object mode, assign new material, Lambert. Actually, let's do a blend so we can add some reflection to it. Okay, we'll do a blend. And then we'll go to our checkered box. We're going to go to File, Folder, and on my desktop, let's see, brown leather. There we go. We're going to hit our checkered ball here. Okay, now that's a bit too reflective. We'll fix that in a sec, but let's first check out our UV. Okay, now this is our paper, so get that out of the way. This we're gonna move that over, and we're gonna hit R, and we're gonna scale it up just a bit. These guys, I'll put them over here. Okay, so how are we gonna make that fit? We are going to scale that down just a bit, and we'll put that in there. Okay, so that's a general texture for a book. And then we are going to take that, assign new material. Let's do a Lambert. Minimize that. Checkered box. File, folder, and I have this right here. And as you can see, it needs to rotate. So we're going to go back to UV editor, and I click on rotate and rotate. And let's see if we need to rotate this guy as well. That shouldn't really matter that much, which allows us to take this guy and bring it in here. Okay. So we're going to right click, go to object mode. I'm going to go to edit, delete by type, history, modify, freeze transformations, and we'll quickly set up a scene with some lighting and so forth. I'll select a plane and just bring that out. Assign new material, Lambert and white. We'll take our book. We'll make sure it's sitting on the grid. Okay. Let's find a nice angle for it. Turn on our resolution gate. Okay, that's about good. So we're going to go to View, Bookmark, Edit Bookmark, and we'll call this Book New, and Apply, and close. Let's create some lights. Create lights, and let's do an area light. I'm going to pull that up, pull that out, hit T on my keyboard so I can aim it, and hit 7 on my keyboard so I can activate my light. So we're going to aim that towards our book. All right, we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. Put that one a bit higher. Actually, let's put that a lot higher. There's too much going on my plane there. Hit Control D once more. Okay, we'll have a check from our bookmark. All right. Okay, one more thing we can do is we can add a bump map to our leather so it's not so flat. So we're going to go to our blend material, and first of all, we're going to bring down the reflectivity to 0.25. And then what we'll do is we will go into bump map, file, and go to file, folder. I'll take my leather material. Where'd he go? Right there. Okay, not too bad. And then we're going to go here and we're going to bring down the bump depth a little bit, just to a point where let's do about 0.3. Okay, going to go back to our bookmark. And there we go. And go to render settings. I'm going to do this in mental ray. In my common tab, let's do HD 1080. Quality tab, let's bump up the overall quality to roughly 1.5. That's all good. Okay, let's see what else. I'm going to use advanced settings in my quality tab, which allows me to open my legacy options, and I'm going to make sure that global illumination is set up. Okay, let's see. And what we'll do in scene is we'll go to image-based lighting and hit create. I'll minimize that, go into my folder, and I'm going to look for an HDRI image to use. Let's do, I'll take this one. And if you are looking for HDRI images, there are a lot that you can download for free. Check out hdrlabs.com, for example. You should be good, okay? So let's give this thing a render, and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, guys, well, here's our render. As you can see, it is fairly low poly, and like I said, I tend to go a little bit more high poly in my models, but I think for a game situation, it's fine, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know, and that said, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.